Coming to you from the Black Swan Media Studios, this is Fireside Chats, talking to the real difference makers in the world. Now, here is your host, John Crump.
Hi, everyone. It is a wonderful Tuesday, which is the second day of the week. My anxiety is killing me today. I don't know why, but it is. So it is that. It is what it is. So my name is John Crump. I'm the Virginia Director of Gun Owners of America, which is your only no compromise gun lobby in DC. I'm also an investigative journalist that keeps an eye on the ATF, FBI, and all the other agencies that want to violate your God-given right to bear arms. Today we are sponsored by, of course, Tusk. Tusk is the only cryptocurrency with low transaction fees, 50 Tusk, and fast transaction time. And I hit the wrong button.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
And we are also sponsored by the one, the only Black Swan Tactical, makers of fine t-shirts and other wares such as mugs, hats, flags, and patches.
Black Swan Tactical, your number one source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
And of course, we are sponsored by the wonderful people such as yourselves, all out there. My Patreons, my YouTube join army. You can join by hitting that join button, and it helps support the channel and help support a lot of good causes that I actually give the money to. All right. So with all that said and all that out of the way, we are joined today by not the gun doctor, because I don't know where he is. He's probably busy running.
Tennessee Man? You couldn't get Tennessee Man on your show? So you picked Florida Man?
Yeah, he was supposed to be here. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he just forgot or whatever. It's all good. He's a good guy. So whatever. We have Flying Rich. And he's not wearing that Star Wars t-shirt. Everyone out there,
I don't own a Star Wars t-shirt.
What?
I don't own one.
I
own gun t-shirts.
My wife got me this one. It says Yoda one for me.
Okay, may the 4th be with you.
And I was gonna wear that one or my son's that says Yoda, greatest dad in the world.
Now Gun Doctor would have been good because he did the whole Baby Yoda and Mandalorian thing. He had a whole video on that.
I don't know where he is. So there's that. I don't know. Maybe he just missed. Maybe he fell asleep. Who knows? So starting out, since you're a 3D printer guy, I am making my own little emulator of a Super Nintendo. So I'm printing out the
the Raspberry Pi case.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm going to emulate, it's going to be Bluetooth and everything like that with Bluetooth controller, So
Pi 4, what Pi are you using?
Pi 4.
4 gigs of RAM, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM?
Gigs.
8 gigs. Woo!
In case I want to, go a little bit fancy and emulate some other games and whatever.
Well, yeah, I've got an ESXi cluster on Raspberry Pis.
Nice.
And Intel, but
nice. This is just actually, it's my mom loves Pac-Man and she loves some other games. She's always like, "Oh, you got to give me something."
How old is your mom?
She turns 80 in July.
80 and loves Pac-Man.
Yeah, she loves other games too, video games too. So this is actually something that I'm making for her. She doesn't know, but she doesn't watch our podcast.
Oh, cool.
So,
you mean your family's not glued to YouTube, watching everything you do?
No,
I could. Yeah, my family doesn't watch what I do either.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand, but yeah. So I'm making her this. So
all right,
she's gonna have a nice. Go ahead.
I'll show you what I've been making. Let's see, where's the base? Oh, here it is. Is this the base? No, that's the base. All right. So I'm building a Raspberry Pi cluster for my. So these are all stunt doubles. These aren't my ESXi cluster. But there's like racks that the Pi snap into, then they snap into these guys. This is a 5-port switch, right here. And it's going to fit in here. I got a fan on this.
Oh, nice.
And so it's going to look like a Mac Pro. And I've got a single, it's basically a Cat5 joiner. So let's see. So the connector from going out from the switch will join there. So the only thing coming out of this will be a power wire and a Cat5 wire. So
why
this goes on the bottom.
Cat5 is so like 2000s.
Because
why don't you do like a Cat7?
Because Raspberry Pis don't do anything better than Cat5.
I know. You can actually make it do something better than Cat5, but you're gonna need it to do. You can do it.
I can't find the top. Oh, where? All right, I can find.
You can do Cat7 on Raspberry Pis. It just takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So you know how to do it, right?
No, you get if you get a compute module and an ISA board that snaps into the carrier board for the compute module.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Then you do some soldering and Yeah.
So here's the miniature of the top. I don't know where the actual top is, and the miniature for the bottom. So when I print things, I'll print out like a half-size version, just so I know it looks good. It'll print right, like if I'm not using supports and those kinds of things.
No, that's pretty nice. All right, Rich. I talked to a few people, and including my therapist, I'm going to buy one of the following: a new Ender 5 Plus.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Is that the one with the conveyor belt?
No, it doesn't have a conveyor belt, but it has like a really big build surface.
Okay.
It's like the Ender 5 Pro Plus, whatever. It's like a 450 millimeter build surface. That
450. That's like, is that 450 cubed?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow. All right. So that's like double an Ender 3.
Yeah.
Because is it like 230 or so? I mean, I'd have to get.
Yeah, something like that, but it's like double.
And we're talking millimeters for those.
Correct.
Those people that aren't in the know.
Out of that, a resin printer, which is kind of messy.
Ooh.
Or there is this awesome device where you can feed 8 filaments into it, and basically you can print with 8 different filaments. And it basically, when you change colors, it basically fuses the filaments together.
Okay. Now, is that a whole printer, or is that just
that's a standalone box?
So how do you coordinate the printing and the fuser? You need like Octoprint or something?
Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It's really cool. They make a 4 filament one and an 8 filament one.
I'm wondering where my parts are.
Yeah, it's called the Mosaic Palette 3. Let me just.
You posting an image?
No, I'm gonna post a video.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, so here's the top. So it'll look like a Mac trash can.
I never understood why they always did that type of design.
Why Mac went to the trash can?
Yeah,
Because the fanboys buy crap like that. That's why.
yeah, it looks ugly. Okay, here it is. This is from the 3D printer nerd. I don't know if you've ever watched them or not.
No, I only watch Sandalator.
See, look. So you can load up the filaments here, and they feed in there. They cut right there. This is really cool.
I love the fusing methodology and changing colors. That avoids a lot of waste.
Yeah,
Because like the Prusa methodology that they're using, you have to run a lot of. Oh wow,
yeah. So you can do like
that is very
really
cool.
badass stuff. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet.
See, the big thing for me would be like the soluble filament. That's something I'm interested in.
Well, I have a dual extruder. So what I do is I do the soluble filament through one extruder to print supports. But yeah, if you can see right here, you can like print like that's all printed. No.
That's pretty nuts. But the eyeglasses, the color, so they're syncing up where the print head's going to be with where the
Correct.
filament is.
Correct.
Very precisely.
Correct. So it's really cool. So you do it, you do this and you can choose,
So you would have to does Cure do colors, or do you have a different slicer for the colors?
I mean, it's a different. It's I think it's proprietary to the actual system.
Okay.
But yeah, is that cool or what?
That is very cool. And how many colors? You said 8?
8.
8. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's I'm trying to find it.
I'm getting an upvote from Space Tex, and he says I'm the favorite guest.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Where you can daisy chain them.
I was going to ask about that. Was my first thought. I'm like, I bet you can daisy chain that then.
You can.
So then you get like a billion different colors.
Yeah. Well, 8's going to be enough for me.
Right.
And
unless
it's very, very precise.
People. It's $600 for the box.
$600. No, $600 is the one that does 4 colors.
Okay.
$700 is the one that does 8 colors, and they just came out last month.
Okay,
so which one?
All right, Chris has got a question, but I would either go resin or the 8 color. Although, wait, all right, so you're exploring each option. One area you can print big stuff. One area you can print all sorts of colors. One area you can print all sorts of cool resin stuff.
Yeah, like ultra high resolution prints.
So the question is, which one of those have you found that you need to print bigger stuff, that your printers aren't big enough for you?
Yeah, and I have a printer that's 350 by 350 by 350 that I built myself a long time ago that I kind of broke down, and I just put it on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
And I can work on that, revive that one. But I'm not sure if like how many parts I need to replace on that to actually get it to work.
Dude, just get a Prusa print head and a Prusa control board. Just flash the firmware for the larger sizes, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking about doing.
Or get an Ender 3 board. Doesn't, you know.
Yeah, we'll find out. Resin, the drawback to resin is that it's messy.
So, what would your applications for resin be?
I'm not really sure.
And I don't get me wrong. Is it nothing fancy that says first kind of cool? Buying something because it's cool is okay.
Like make a little like paintable models and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not into the dust collectors. A lot of people print dust collectors. I'm not into that. I'm into more functional stuff.
Yeah, I'm into both. So I like printing out like little paintable models and stuff like that.
Because I don't play with dolls, so I just
had to send my print over. I got to do that.
Yeah, I haven't printed in a week or two. I just don't like the printer running. Like, I've got a partner desk, so my desk is like a dining room table, and my printers are on the other side of my monitors here. I just don't want the noise going while I'm working.
Well, I get a little workshop.
Yeah,
they're my workshop, so I really can't hear them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's cool. Basically run them like 24/7.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I got my print farm all up and running. I had all my printers kind of broke down, so it's one of those things where, I was like, I'll fix it later. I got a few more.
The most useless room in my house is the dining room. Like, we have a quote unquote sitting room, and that's our gym. We have the padding and everything. The puzzle piece padded floor kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got one of those in my gym.
I'm sure your gym is better than my gym.
No.
And your because I only got a couch and a TV. I don't have a media room or anything like that. So, but Florida is much better than Virginia. That's all I got to say.
You got alligators that would eat you.
Hasn't happened yet. So, yeah. If I really wish I could print. I used to keep the printer in the garage, but the humidity is an issue. So your filaments absorb moisture at different rates.
You don't have you don't have any those dry boxes?
Yeah, I don't have my printers enclosed in anything. So
no, yeah, they have a special.
Oh, you mean like a filament box?
Yeah, you put the filament in there.
Desiccant?
They have a box where it's like basically a dehumidifier. You stick the filament in there, and you let it go for like 3 hours, and it's like totally dry.
Oh no! Well, I do have a food dehumidifier, or I'm sorry, food. What do you call it when you dehumidify food?
Dehydrate.
Dehydrator. That's it. Yeah. So I got a dehydrator for my filament. But what I have seen, and good point to what you're saying, is I could put my printers in the garage, and I could put the spool in like a plastic thing and print ports for the filament to come out, and the spools to a spindle for the spools and stuff like that. And this way, the filament isn't exposed to the humidity of South Florida. Yeah, so something like that. You can DIY that. How much is that?
It's $60.
$60. Dang.
It has the dehumidifier built into it.
Yeah, so you could throw rice or the desiccant crystals in there.
Yeah, you can. But
if you're DIYing it.
Yeah, but this isn't like this is it's electronic, so it will
Dude, I'm
basically
cheap.
it's like the dehumidifier. Also, you can set it like to see how much humidity you want in there, and it also measures the humidity and everything else of like the filament and stuff like that.
So for all of my guest appearances, you could just send that to me.
All right, I make like probably $2. I'll send you some Tusk so you can buy it. How about that?
Tusk, I'm already a Tusk millionaire. You can send me another million. That's good.
I'm gonna tell you right now. A little hint: if you want to get on Tusk, get on it now.
So if I was going to buy Tusk, how do I do that?
All right. There might be a different way coming up soon. That's going to be a lot easier. But you can buy it on Probit. If you go to Tusk.network, it has all the links. But Probit is very, very simple to buy Tusk.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and I'll walk you through it. I don't have anything on Probit right now. So let me just show everyone how to do it here. I don't keep any of my stuff on Probit. I want to log in. I don't want to show everyone.
Unlike me with that I lost all my Bitcoin with Mt. Gox.
You had Mt. Gox? What?
Because I lost 230 Bitcoin with Mt. Gox.
Mt. Gox was the first place you can buy Bitcoin, and it was...
I mined mine.
Or you mined it. But yeah, Mt. Gox was like the first Bitcoin trading thing, and it was actually originally a Magic the Gathering trading card game. That's why Mt. Gox, Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
Yeah. Exchange. So that was kind of interesting.
So do I create an account or do I buy Tusk?
You got to create an account to buy Tusk.
I have an account. I just got to remember where it is.
Okay. Would an Ender 5 be a good choice for someone who doesn't know anything about printing, or is that a better option? Ender 5 is a great option. I like the fact of building your first 3D printer, but that's just me. So,
okay. I think it depends. Sorry, I have an ANET A8, and it's like an 8-hour assembly time. Now, you're not soldering or anything, but you're screwing all of these little pieces together. And I think I'm fairly skilled. As far as doing automotive mechanic work, the flat rate book, I can always beat the flat rate book by 50%. So if it says it takes 2 hours to do a job, I can do it in an hour. So I think I'm fairly mechanically adept, unlike this one commenter on my YouTube video on how to attach a, what was it? I put a red dot on my Ruger 5.7, and this guy said I have no mechanical ability and should not be making videos. But I said, post your own video, I'll critique it. And so going back, the ANET A8 takes about 8 hours to assemble with somebody, they give you all the tools. You really need a screwdriver, maybe pliers, and I think all of that stuff's included. The ANET A8 takes like 2-3 hours to put together, and you're not even, basically it's like the base, you flip it upright, you connect the top to the bottom, and then you make some adjustments. It's very simple. Yeah, it just depends on what you want. Can you print an A10? Yes. That would be awesome. You can print an A10. It's not like a full-size A10. Unless you're a really big printer. All right, so let me show you how to buy Tusk. All right, so you go to Probit, probit.com. You sign in there, right? You're going to come to this page where it's going to have all this stuff right here. I don't have anything in here because I don't keep anything in my Probit account. But you have over here, you have balance, withdrawal, deposits. You have orders, open orders, whatever this is when you sell stuff, whatever. So basically what you can do, you have a bunch of different things here. So I just jumped into it, didn't I? All right. So if you want to buy something, let me go back here. Actually, I think I can get to it just right here. So let's go. So wallet. This is all the stuff. I don't have anything here. So you can do deposits, whatever.
First thing
So-
you got to do is you got to load Bitcoin into here. So you got to send Bitcoin to your Bitcoin wallet, which I don't
Okay,
have. So it's gonna be.
So can you do it with cash on Probit or no?
I've never done it with cash on Probit. I don't. Yeah, no, I think you have to have Bitcoin. So you have to get something like a Coinbase or whatever. And then from here, you can do where's Tusk.
So there's no way I could buy Tusk with cash?
Right now, no, because it's not on a fiat exchange. That might be changing. That's what I'm saying. I think
Gotcha.
you should buy it. You can go to trade. You can go trade Bitcoin Tusk. Except it's going to be the other way around. You can. They have what's called trading partners where you can exchange. So you take this and you basically just. I don't have anything in here, so it's not going to work. But you exchange your Bitcoin for Tusk. Where you have to see a buy Bitcoin, sell Tusk. If I went the other way, it would say.
Okay, so I could buy Bitcoin with cash and then have the Bitcoin and buy Tusk.
Yeah, you transfer it to the Tusk.
Okay.
So let me just do this again since I screwed up. You go over here at Tusk. Right? Boom. The trade Bitcoin Tusk. So did I just do the damn thing? Oh God. I suck.
Okay, so Space Texan asked, how does Bitcoin mining work? Well, I was mining like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, I guess. And back then, you could get a fairly decent graphics card. And so I had 2 motherboards. Motherboard doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but you just want a board that has a bunch of PCI slots for the graphics cards. So I had 2 motherboards, 4 graphics card per motherboard. I had custom water-cooled blocks made for the GPUs, and I had a Ford Fiesta radiator and a water pump running. And it basically they're running at like 1,500 watts. And so 2 things. One, if I took all the money that I used to buy mining equipment and just bought Bitcoin in 2010 and kept my own damn private wallet, I wouldn't be talking to any of you people today. 2, if I continuously mined, even when the price of Bitcoin, which like, I don't know, between 10 and 30 bucks at the time, even when it went down, if I continuously mined, I probably would have had like 800, 1,000 Bitcoin. But I didn't because it was costing more in electric than the revenue of the Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoins, if you're not mining with an ASIC, which is application-specific integrated circuit, you're probably not going to be breaking even on the electricity.
No. You have different like things. You have like proof of stake and whatever. And Bitcoin takes up a lot of power by using a lot of electricity. It basically uses your GPU.
Right.
To mine. There is other currencies out there, Cardano, for example, or Tusk, that doesn't really take up that much power to mine. It's time. It's like CPU cycles, basically. Instead of GPU. It will get really, really technical. But there are certain coins out there that aren't as power hungry for power consumption. But right now, Bitcoin is very, very power hungry. You know, how would you describe a proof of stake cryptocurrency?
I'm not even familiar with the term.
Okay, well, it's it's how like
I hate to say
different cryptocurrencies work. Proof of stake basically is basically it goes out to the blockchain, right? So you have like a mechanism where work is proven by certain validators in proportion to whatever the stake is.
Okay, so that's how Bitcoin is mined.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, first off, I don't. There might be some coins worth mining. I'm not sure which ones because I've kind of,
Cardano is one.
and then again, my miner. One, it's in Minnesota. I left it there, and two, it's 10-year-old hardware. So I don't know that it would be any good for anything. You're probably, if you do find something, one, graphics cards are crazy expensive, even more so right now
Oh yeah,
because of the chip shortage.
Yeah, definitely chip shortage due to COVID.
So that's affecting every industry.
Yeah,
It
it's
has,
basically, if you think of the ammo shortage, that's the chip shortage. So right now, if you wanted to mine something, I would not even mine it on my own hardware. I would do something like an Amazon server, but I wouldn't do Bitcoin on an Amazon server though, like an ASW.
yeah.
I would do like Cardano, one of the other ones that aren't as power hungry.
So you're talking about not doing GPU mining, but
Yeah,
doing CPU
no,
type mining?
yeah,
That would make sense.
it's a lot less power intensive because stuff like Ethereum and Bitcoin is gonna.
Okay. So Space Texas is asking, what is mining? So mining is you're using a cryptographic algorithm and you're solving complex equations. And then each one of those hash units gets put together and becomes a coin. And I had a setup where I was like, when I was mining, I was working in conjunction with other people that were mining. And then our bits would get connected together and you would get a fraction of a Bitcoin. Instead of having to solve one coin yourself, you would be able to group together the pieces and then have one coin out there and get the fraction of the coin.
Yeah, if you remember a couple of years ago, there was a shortage on graphics cards, and that was because miners were buying up all the graphics cards.
Yep.
Because it's the same cards that are like used in gaming is used in graphics.
Yeah, basically it's floating point operations.
Mm-hmm.
So your CPU doesn't do that well, but graphics cards really do it well.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just different types of stuff. But I think we're going to be forced to use crypto sooner than later for gun purchases.
Well, all right, so voluntary crypto usage is one thing. And I was going to do a crypto podcast with this guy 10 years ago, and he always said he doesn't like it referred to as cryptocurrency because there's nothing crypto about it other than the algorithm to solve the coin. In other words, to the mining portion of it.
But at some point, it becomes in the American lexicon.
Right. And, unfortunately, it's not so. The problem with something like Bitcoin is if the government went to a version of Bitcoin, I think JP Morgan Chase patented some form like Bitcoin, is that, and of course, they're in the central bank business. So, of course, they would be wanting to get to market and wanting to push the government towards it. The problem with a cryptocurrency, and I'm using that in quotes, is that if I went over to John's house, I say, hey, John, that's a cool gun. Let me give you $200 for that. He said, fair deal. Here's the gun, or whatever transaction it may be. Whether it's like, I want to buy your 3D printer. Here's $200. Can I buy it? That's if I use cash, $100 bills, nobody knows what happened to them. Even though they have a serial number on them, they're basically not traceable, just like firearms that have serial numbers on them and nobody knows where they are. So the problem with a cryptocurrency is that every single transaction is trackable. You can see it went from one wallet to another wallet. And if you can figure out the identification of the person, of course, if the US government comes up with a cryptocurrency, you're going to be assigned a wallet, period. And they're going to know who you are and how you spend your money. And the problem with that is then every transaction is traceable and taxable. So, if I buy a lawnmower at a yard sale and hand the guy some cash, that's one thing, but they will then be able to tax me on that.
Yeah,
If
people think cryptocurrency is anonymous, and it's really not.
no, it's
Actually,
absolutely not anonymous.
I turned in an article. It might be actually up. I don't know. But they're probably still editing it. I doubt that it's up now. But it's all about that stuff. For example, I don't know if there was a everyone knows about the Silk Road, but there was other type of uh, places like the Silk Road after the Silk Road kind of went away, right? And like one of the biggest ones at the time was called Wall Street after Silk Road went away. They busted the guys who ran Wall Street by tracking the Bitcoin to a Coinbase wallet. And then where he had cashed out for cash.
Right. Yeah. So eventually you're probably going to want to put cash in, pull cash out, something. And that's where they're going to find out the identity. Your wallet has some, large string that's associated with it. And they're going to figure out that was Richard Hughes that took all that money out. And so let's arrest him.
There's ways around it, but it's not exactly easy. You can use certain altcoins, exchange Bitcoin for certain altcoins and get around it.
But still, it makes the tracking a little bit more complicated. I'm not familiar with altcoin, but I'm assuming at some point you're going to cash out on that.
Well, yeah, it's very, very, it's complicated. An altcoin isn't exactly one coin. It's a bunch of different coins. Mm-hmm. So you transfer it through a bunch of different altcoins, and then you eventually transfer it back to Bitcoin, and then you pull it out of a wallet. So basically you get lost in the mix.
Okay.
By going
but
to
then the government
altcoins.
Still knows you pulled X amount out of a Bitcoin wallet, but they don't have a complete paper trail.
Yeah, they can't tell where it came from. It's basically like washing the money. Like think of it as laundering the money through altcoins.
Right.
Because you can always say, hey, I had these altcoins and they went up. So that's where the money came from.
Right. And that's why you never want to take out $9,999 out of the bank and do it for multiple times, because that's called structuring. But if you take $10,001 out, that's not a crime. It's just reportable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's very, very interesting how you do it. Yeah, a lot of people do the altcoin method to get their dirty money out of crypto. But I'm not telling you how, and I'm not saying that I've done that stuff. I just know a lot about it. It's a interesting ways to do it. But there's ways. It's just not straightforward, and a lot of people screw up because they don't do it the right way. And there is an offline coin system. It's called cold storage, or you can do a flash drive. You can either do it one thing. You can have a wallet on a flash drive that's not connected to the internet with all your crypto in it, or you can do cold storage, which is basically printed out on a piece of paper.
Yep. Yeah, which I've had so many thumb drives go bad on me.
Yeah, well, the what are the Wachowski twins? What are their names?
I think I know who you're talking about.
The Facebook guys.
Yeah.
At one point, they were like big investors in the Bitcoin. There's a good book by Ben Mesrich about it called the Bitcoin Billionaires. And at one point, they were big into Coinbase. They're the ones who kind of started Coinbase, which is massive. At one point, they had something like $250 million on a piece of paper cut into 3 strips, stored in 3 different safety deposit boxes around the country. So
wow.
you couldn't steal that money because you would have to find these little banks, because they didn't have them in big banks. It was all little banks.
Wow.
So you would have to find these little banks with a strip of paper, and you would have to have all 3 pieces of paper.
Crazy.
There is another story where there's a guy who had, I think it was like $25 million in Bitcoin engraved into the inside of his ring.
Which kind of brings up did you see the movie? I think it's called In Time.
Is that the one with what's his face?
Is it
Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
Where like they had time, people could trade time and buy. Yeah.
I was shocked at how good that movie was.
It was actually really good.
Cold storage sounds like spy stuff.
Basically, it is. It can be.
Yeah, you could print a QR code out, and that's your wallet.
Yeah, it can do all sorts of stuff.
Which, actually, I probably got to get a copy of my Tusk onto another computer in case anything happens here.
If you don't know, the way that like a crypto wallet works is you have 2 keys, basically, or 2 addresses. You have a private address and a public address.
How do I know which is which? Is it the one that starts TUSC, the public one?
Yes, so it looks like a username.
Right. So I'm just going to email you my Tusk keys.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, basically, what you have is you have 2 different addresses. One is your public, one's your private. Your public is where people send money to. You don't want to give away your private. If you do that, they have all.
And so there's a complex passphrase that goes along with that to unlock it, correct?
Yeah, it's like a 12 word, like 12 random words or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't quote
16.
me on the 16 words. Yeah, it's just like random stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like PGP. DJ Play Nice. Yeah, it's kind of like PGP. So Shooting Gallery New England. I am not buying Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a meme coin. You can, and it's basically like gambling. Because it's
so why is Elon Musk
over,
always pimping that?
Because it's a meme to him. It's a meme. He thinks it's funny because every time he says, "I'm the Doge father" or whatever, it shoots up. But it's a meme coin, so it doesn't. It's way overinflated. It really doesn't have the value that it does, and it's going to. The bubble is going to burst on that.
You mean like tulips?
Yeah. So you could get really screwed. Or you can make a lot of money. It just depends on when you buy.
When you get out.
Yeah, it's a pump and dump basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dangerous. If you go into it, don't put any money into it that you're not willing to lose, because there's a good chance you're going to lose it. You can make money, but there's a good chance you can lose that money. Because it's going to come crashing down to earth. And when it does, a lot of people are going to be wiped out.
Yeah. My rule for that is, like you said, don't put any money in you're not willing to lose. My other rule is when you start making money, like if you double your money, take half out. Now it's all play money.
Oh yeah.
Just let it ride.
Yeah. What about Ethereum? I don't know anything about that crypto.
Did he mean Ethereum?
Maybe he meant Ethereum. Ethereum is pretty solid. It's one of the pillars out there, along with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't know how hard it is to mine Ethereum right now.
Yeah, it's hard. I wouldn't mine it. Maybe buy it. But mining is probably not a good idea. That's another one that's very GPU heavy. That's why you need stuff like Cardano and stuff like that. I'm buying a lot of Cardano.
Is that a wine? What is that?
What? Cardano?
I know it's some cryptocurrency, but I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's less power intensive. So I think it's going to be one of the bigger things, and like Toyota's using it and stuff like that.
I heard
blockchain technology.
I heard Florida Power and Light. When they have too much power, they mine Bitcoin.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. And Tesla does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Tesla has a bunch of a huge mining farm. It's all powered by like solar and stuff, though.
That's cool.
Yeah, Chris Shoemaker says putting my 401k into Dogecoin was a bad idea.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, that would be a very bad idea.
Yeah, not the way to go.
Yeah, basically the way I look at it is crypto is something new, and a lot of people are getting into it right now and don't really understand it. And that's going to be a dangerous time, and that's why you see these like wild swings in the crypto market.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of used to day trade Bitcoin between dollars back and forth because it would swing just so predictably and so wildly every day. So I was like, oh, time to sell. Oh, time to buy. I missed that cycle. I'll just hold, and then next day it was back again.
Yeah, you can there is money to be made that way, but there's money to be lost that way too.
Oh yeah.
Rich is showing off his not green pole.
Hold on. Yeah.
You know, my friend lived in Florida, and he didn't have he had a pole, but except it was just in his backyard.
You mean not covered?
Not covered, and he got it covered when he found an alligator in it one morning.
That'll do it. Yeah, see, what I'm not showing you is my tiki hut that's coming apart.
You Florida man, you.
Yeah, I grow dragon fruit, so that's my agricultural area.
Oh, dragon fruit's good, man. I used to eat it a lot over in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had some other fruits over there that no one really eats over here.
Yeah, I got like about a dozen different species of dragon fruit that I'm growing.
Okay, we got about 10 minutes left, so let's go ahead and I want to get off this. I want to get on to actual gun stuff.
Gun stuff.
Yeah, Friday the ATF's coming out with their ruling on 80%. What do you think it's going to say?
Is it a ruling or is it a request for comments?
Well, it's going to be it's not a ruling. They're going to put out, this is what we want. We need a request for comments. It's going to be like a 90-day period. Then after you watched my video today, didn't you?
Yes, of course I did.
Yeah. Then after the 90-day period, then they're going to have 60 days to review the comments, and then probably another 30 to 60 days to actually put whatever they do into practice.
So, all right, I think there's a couple of easy guesses on this. One easy guess is you can't define an 80% lower, a 90% lower, a 10% lower. You can't define that.
Well, no, that's never been defined by the ATF. It was always a marketing thing.
Yes, yeah. And so what I'm saying is how easy you could say if I had this CNC machine running with this carbide bit at this speed, how long would it take me to make an operable firearm from that block of aluminum, whatever percentage we call it? That's still, that's contemplating how many fairies can dance on the head of a pin kind of thing. But I think what you can do is say your homemade firearm has to have a serial number and be registered.
Yeah, that's what I think that they're going to say. I think they're going to grandfather the ones that are already out there.
And so they may say, all right, polymer 80, you have to put a serial number on everything that goes out.
Yeah. Chris Shoemake says they're not going to do anything without getting sued, and that is true.
Good luck. You got the money?
Does Chris Shoemake have the money?
Yeah, the question is, you're right. If you're right, do you have enough money to prove it in court?
Well, we're going to sue him. GOA.
Cool.
We're already ready.
That's why I send GOA money.
Yeah.
I should be a life member like Richard Monder.
Yeah. I hooked him up with the person that can help him.
Oh, good.
I found his email in my spam.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, he told me you replied to him.
Yeah. I found it. Because he commented on our Saturday night stream. Hey, I emailed you. I was like, I never saw it.
Oh.
Then I went back and looked in my spam, and I found it in my spam.
So what people don't know, Richard Monder's from England. He is a Second Amendment advocate, and I don't know if you live in England. I know if you live in the United States and you like people in Britain, you're called an Anglophile. I don't know what you're called if you live in England and like Americans, but he's that. That's what he is. And he wants to be an American citizen in the worst way, and he believes in all of these organizations like GOA, Second Amendment Foundation. What's the Arizona? There's an
Defense League.
CDL, yeah. So he's become a life member in I don't know how many 2A organizations. And I don't know how to say this delicately. So Richard Monder's not rolling in money. Let me just put it to you that way. So he kind of embarrasses me. I'm like, yeah, I really need to start doing what he does.
Yeah, and he's not even here. That's the really cool thing about it.
Yeah, he wants to be here. So Richard was asking, he's, with various organizations, he's gotten life memberships, but he hasn't gotten the card, and he wants the card. So, he was asking me about, GOA, and I'm like, I'll make some calls, or, I know who to talk to. Wait, I got to point that way.
Yeah, I got him directly in contact with the person that runs that department, the director of the department. So the director of membership is handling it personally.
So, flip it back to like you had JDS on yesterday. So they're going to be at Iraq Veteran. I was hoping they were going to bring some lowers that I could buy in cash at Iraq Veteran, but he's saying it's an industry thing. I'm like, yeah, I know it's an industry thing. I'm going to be there. But it'd be nice if you brought product with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if you asked him to bring something for you, he probably would. I'm just interested in trying out their binary trigger for the Glock.
That's cool. That is very cool.
I am going to get one as soon as possible.
I'm not going to say I fully understand how a binary trigger works in an AR, but there's, a bunch of mechanisms, a bunch of clockwork type mechanisms in there. I'm like, to get that working in a Glock, you've got to be a freaking genius, because there's not enough room for all of that.
Well, in an AR, like the Franklin binary trigger, the form factor is identical to a regular AR trigger. It's not exactly rocket science.
Really?
Yeah. But that's cool. I wonder where they're going to put the selector switch at. That's what I'm wondering. It's going to be
unless it's just binary all the time.
It could be kind of like what is that company? the rare breed trigger.
Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with them.
It's honestly, with a rare breed, I think they should be able to sell whatever they want, but it's basically like a bump stock and a trigger.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how they went to a lawyer and didn't get an opinion letter.
So yeah, I guess what I'm expecting from the AFT is they require serialization.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Because I don't think they're coming out with some sort of definition. That's kind of tough. But like everybody's been saying, homemade firearms isn't a big deal. Everybody's been doing that. That's how firearms originated. They were built at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just scary terms like ghost guns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess because I fully understand what a ghost gun is, it doesn't bother me. And I'm just wondering, does it make other people nervous? And I always find it interesting that people want to say, well, why would you want to build your own gun? I mean, same reason I want to build my own car or build my own airplane or build my own fill in the blank, build my own 3D printer. Because if I build it, then I fully understand how the thing works. It makes sense to me. And it's like when my ANET had a problem, I had no problem going in and fixing it. When my Ender 3 had a problem because I didn't build it, I'm like, I don't know what broke and I'm not sure how to fix it. It took me a little bit to get over that hump. And that's why I've built AR-15s and polymer versions or 3D printed my own versions, because then I know how the darn thing works and I can repair it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been on for almost an hour, and I'm not exactly feeling too well right now.
Oh, okay, buddy.
I have no idea.
I made you sick? Did I make you sick?
No. I just forgot to take my allergy medicine today, and I forgot to take it the day before and the day before that.
Oh, man.
So I hate freaking allergies, man. They just suck. And it's not COVID. I had COVID already, thanks to Rich.
No problem.
And I'm also vaccinated. I know all your anti-vaxxers are gonna hate that.
Yeah, I went straight to the source.
Yeah. So 2 different things. So I don't have COVID. It's just allergies. So I'm going to probably grab some food and go back to eat. Gonna go back to
Alrighty, buddy.
sleep. Tomorrow I do have a guest on. There's a channel called Dark Light Dugan, which is Ashley Dugan back from old days, GunTube, and a couple other guys. So I'm gonna have their podcast on tomorrow, which is
Cool.
kind of interesting because I found out they live near me.
Ah.
Like walking distance still.
So wait, what's Gun Doctor's real name? Is it John something? I forget.
I can't remember. So, but tomorrow it's a 10 o'clock show. Thursday's a 10 o'clock show. I'm trying to get everything done because on Saturday is our 200th anniversary show.
200.
Yeah. And there's actually a couple more because I had some specials that weren't numbered.
So who's been your most frequent guest?
Probably you.
You're in? I don't know.
Yeah, serious. By far you, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I've had about 170 different guests.
Wow, that's good then.
Yeah. 30 repeat guests, including you multiple times. But yeah,
cool.
About 170 from Jason David Frank, the the Green Power Ranger, to you, of course, Tony Simon's one of my favorite guests.
Oh yeah, he's great.
We've had a couple New York Times best-selling authors on. some other YouTubers, Jared from Guns and Gadget, Hank, American Gun Check, Clovertac, G Webs, just a lot of different people. Jordan Stein, GOA people. We've had a lot of big names, and it's been a lot of fun talking to a lot of people. So we're gonna go over all this on Saturday.
So from what time to what time?
It's gonna start at 10, and I don't know when it's gonna end.
10 in the morning?
No, 10 at night.
10 at night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna do Virginia Reloaded. I did an interview with Nick Freitas for Virginia Reloaded, and that's gonna come out on John Crump News. If you go to John Crump News, you can follow that channel.
And Nick's still the most wanted man in America, or just can't fly?
Nick Freitas?
Isn't he the guy they banned? He put him on the no-fly list?
No. He's a politician.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's on the no-fly list.
Maybe. I don't know. He's a former.
Dude, I thought you knew everything.
Guy. Apparently not. That thought that might have came up. We've had some senators, had some Congress people on. We've had a lot of different politicians on. So it's a lot of fun, and yeah, we're gonna keep on doing it.
Cool.
But with that said, I'm gonna kick it over to Rich for the final word.
Oh, well, follow me on youtube.com/flyingrich or flyingrich.com or Instagram, flyingrich_official.
Yeah. Shooting Gallery New England, Gorillas and Guns have both been on as well. They're out there.
And are good guys.
Yeah. I heard you in Shooting Gallery New England are going to be shacking up.
Yeah, we're going to be spooning. So you're going to be at the hotel next to us. It's like the parking lot adjoins. So we'll go
that's
to
what
Rack
you
Veteran.
were telling me.
Yeah,
that's
we're going to be at the
GOA
Super 8.
Crew. Saying.
So we're going to be at the Super 8. So there's 4 of us. So we're sharing 2 rooms. I'm going to be with Chris Illog. He's local here, so we're going to be riding up together. And let's see. So Shooting Gallery New England, Joe is going to be with X7 Studios.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, I ordered some my new Rode hand mic and everything, so that should be really cool. And it plugs right into this my Rode Wireless Go 2.
So you can broadcast from the Iraq Veteran event.
Yeah, we would live stream with
there's
professional sound
you're
and audio.
Probably not going to live stream from there.
I can record.
Yeah, you can record. The Wi-Fi coverage isn't so good. Unless, do you have a drone? I can bring my 4G hotspot. We can just hover it over.
I have a drone. I got a Mavic 2.
Okay, yeah, well, just sticky tape my 4G hotspot to it, fly it up like 200 feet, right?
There you go. All right, Rich. I'll see you guys later.